Hey guys, welcome to Tower Gardening Made Easy, and I'm Sherry. Well, as you can see, I'm back in the nursery. I got the warming mat on, we got the lights on, and we got some plants that we're going to go ahead and add to a tower. But it's a special tower that I built. As you know, I've got a lot of towers in my grow room and a lot of extra parts. So I said to myself, let's build something different and see how it goes. Before we head over to the tower, I just want to review what's going into the new tower. So I was very careful not to mix these up as they were sprouting. So the very top is going to be the rainbow chard. I've got some gourmet lettuce, a little bit of basil, and some bib lettuce. Then I have two more that are here. This is black-seeded Simpson lettuce, and this is a red salad bowl. Those are the last two rows. I did try to plant a little bit of spinach, but it didn't take. So it must have just been a bad seed. There wasn't one that actually came out. So I'm just going to chalk it up to a bad seed. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, why is it important? Why can't you just put them in there, make it pretty? Well, for instance, the chard is going to get a little bit taller. The bib lettuce is more compact. So I just want to make sure that everybody has enough room. And so when you see the tower, I'm going to be spacing them out like every other. I might even skip a row just to give everybody enough room to do its thing between the lighting, the air, and obviously lighting is super important too. So let's go ahead over to the tower and go ahead and put them in their very special spot. So let's go ahead. Welcome to the new baby green tower. I had a lot of extra parts, so I decided to just build one tower with all of these. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't. I've never done it, so I wanted to do it for you. The one thing I will advise is that it's a little bit wobbly. So if I were to do this again, I would probably put one of these pieces in instead of two of these, just to give it a little more stability. However, I think once we plant things and the water and the weight, I think it will be just fine. But that's my only caution if you decide to do this. It is a little wobbly, but I think it's going to be fine. And you know what? If we've got a little seepage, I'll stay on top of it. And but I think that's how you could share it up. Is just put in one of those mid components. But you know what? She's built, so I want to try it first and see what happens. So let's go ahead and get to the planting. That's the most important part. All right, so we're all set up. So let's do the first thing, which would be the chard, the rainbow. This is the first one that we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this in here. Now, again, I'm really going to just be very careful to space them out. The root systems look wonderful. I'm going to wrap it around like a little bit of spaghetti and pop it in there. They look great. I'm using towergarden rock wool for these guys, in case you're wondering. And everything came out beautifully except for the spinach. So I'm going to be doing every other just to kind of give them a little more space. Now, I've never grown the chard, but I do see people do it, and as part of my fall, what I want to have in the grow room, this is definitely one of them. And they're sliding right in there. We got one more. Put that on the back side. There we go. That's perfect. Oops, we're going to wind that one. So when you get long roots like this, just take your little tool and just kind of wrap it around like you're threading spaghetti. Not a big deal. But these guys have been in the nursery probably for a few days longer than I wanted to, but I'm just getting caught up. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is the gourmet lettuce. And that's the next one. So that would be this little guy. And I'm going to skip a row, and I'm going to do every other. I'm really excited to do this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And here we go. Wrap it around. I just ended up using the last of my lettuce that I had and cleaning out a tower because it got a little bitter. I took a bite of it down here and said, it's been in there for a long time. Let me just try it. And I was like, and I threw it out. So again, I think in my last video I mentioned that my grow room got super, super hot, over the summer, even with the AC and then airing out with the windows, and a dehumidifier. It got a little warm, I'm not going to lie. It was like, in the 70s, but even that, with all of the water and the humidity, it just created some havoc. One of it was a little bit of powdery mildew, which really isn't a big deal. You can stay on top of it. Here we go. All right, so we got that in there next. I want to do, what do we got next? The basil. So we're going to skip one, which is this guy right here. And we're going to skip this row, and I'm going to alternate. I'm really excited to get all these towers up and running. I still have, well, the one over there that I was using for the cucumber light on the trellis, that's actually now going to be all cucumbers, and we'll plant that out in a little bit. They got a few more days to go. But I'm really excited to do this tower because I'll be able to come down here and do that method called cut and come again. Come down to my grocery store and clip what I need, and then go back upstairs and make dinner. Like, I have so many peppers, and the watermelons were such a success. That's now under the trellis, and I'll be keeping everybody up on that as well. It's, this has really turned into something of not just a lot of fun, but it's great. Like, I haven't bought a tomato or a cucumber. The squash, they tend to take a little more time. But yeah, no, everything's super yummy. Like, I just picked a zucchini the other day, and it was fabulous. So fabulous. All right, so the next one is the bib lettuce, which is these guys down here. They're a little leggy. And what are the bottom ones we got? We got all lettuce. So I'm going to skip a row. Ooh, this one's a little dry too. I think I'm going to have to just alternate. We won't have enough rows. Guy over here. But it'll be nice to have a variety of different lettuces, different greens that I can choose from to make dinners, salads, sautés. So I'm really, really excited to get back in here and get these guys going, because the nights, at least here in Newport, are getting very cool. Like last night, I had my windows closed because it got real, real cold. So we just had that storm come through Erin. That was pretty impressive. We went out to Ocean Drive, and we watched some of the waves, and they were spectacular. Like, I've never, ever seen the surf here in Newport that aggressive. So it was like Mother Nature at its best. So we're going to put this one over here, and we're going to go ahead and move. So now we've got the two areas on the bottom for lettuce. So we'll go ahead and do that. I actually might throw in some net pots here. So let me grab a couple. Why not utilize that spot? And get some real big lettuce down there. But yeah, and then I actually took my bike out the next day, and it wasn't as impressive, but still had some really good surf. So that's one of the perks of living here. Thank God I'm not right on the water. I think I would have been really scared. Really scared. Because it was, wow. I'm sure you guys, wherever you are, if you're on the East Coast and saw it, it was pretty wild. All right, so remember, we're going to stagger these little guys. And this stuff grows so fast that, I'm just going to have to keep my eye on it so it, we use it up. And then leftovers go to friends, family, neighbors. It doesn't really cost a whole lot to do this. The rock wall, if you've watched my video, and I can actually post that right here for you guys on the different kinds of rock wall and what to be using for what seed. It's really, really important. And actually the cost factor too. So with the baby greens, I love the tower garden because it just, as you can see, it comes up beautifully, and the roots there are just lovely. They come through all four sides. So that's, obviously very, very important as well. And then we got the last one, which was that red. Looks lovely. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one down at the very bottom, down in the net pot. And again, the root systems looks really good. I do. And I think with the weight of everything as it grows, I think this is going to be a total success. But we're going to watch together. You guys are going to stay tuned. It's been, I can't believe that summer's almost over. It's like so sad. But I know kids got to go back to school and we got to get, back indoors. So, I will say that if you guys haven't started doing some seedlings in your nursery, because wherever you are, if you're down the south, obviously you got more time. But here, it's getting cold at night. So what you have out there, I would say you got probably another 4 weeks before you have to harvest what you have. And then that's a wrap. And then you need to come back inside. So I thought not only would I get on top of it to kind of inspire people to get going, get your nurseries going, go to towergardeningmadeeasy.com, go right under the nursery essentials, and it will show you exactly what you need to build. And it's not expensive. A wire rack, one spider light, a couple of these containers, with the hoods. And then you can watch some of my previous videos on how to do the plantings. And this, literally takes a week, maybe a week and a half to get that kind of root system. And there you have it. You have your own grocery store. And the beautiful thing is that you know that your produce that you're getting in your space, in your tower, is organic, free of pesticides, and it's super healthy for not only you, but your family. So, and your pets, because I know Libby loves the cucumbers and the watermelon. Oh my gosh, she chomped down on that stuff. So that was crazy. All right, so she is planted. So you're probably wondering like what I'll do to these extras. Honestly, I've seen people use cups. I've seen people use tape. But again, I don't really let my towers go more than 4 to 6 months. And if I see a little bit of buildup of algae, I just wipe it. I get in there with a paper towel. I just take it. I've got a little squirt bottle of hydrogen peroxide and water mix, and I just literally just wipe it. And then I just look for leaks. Make sure those are all good. If you've got a leak, you'll get some, some buildup or some, residue. And then that can just, if you stay up with it, your towers will stay clean. But the telltale sign is when your lettuce or your vegetables start to get a little bitter is when you really just need to do a good cleaning. And don't be afraid. Like, just keep rotating your crops, plant some stuff in your nursery, and then constantly be shuffling. So a lot of times what I do is I let these guys get only so big. And then when I need lettuce, I literally take the whole thing out, cut the rock wall, and it's plenty of lettuce for 2, probably 3, 4 meals, because it will store right into your refrigerator so it doesn't go bad, versus the cut and come again. It just depends on how many towers you have and what kind of setup you have. So here she is. She's really pretty. I'm so excited. I know it doesn't probably look like a lot right now, but you know how fast this goes. In a week or two, it's going to be beautiful and blooming and almost ready to cut and nibble. I can't wait. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Sherry. This is Tower Gardening Made Easy, and I'm super excited to get into fall with you guys and get growing. So stay tuned because we have some fabulous things coming, and I can't wait to share them with you. So everybody have a great day, and be sure to catch up on the videos. I got tons of playlists, and the podcast will be coming back shortly. So have a great day, everybody.